This is Steve. Thank you for joining us for another episode of The Art Box. First, a word from our sponsor.
Life has a way of nudging us toward deeper understanding of ourselves, our challenges, and our path forward. I'm Kay Ashbridge, intuitive tarot reader and owner of Expanding Heart Tarot. For years, I've helped people uncover deeper meanings of life's twists and turns, guiding them through shadow work and transformational energy coaching. Whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or a fresh perspective, I'm here for you. Meet with me in person in Mesquite, Nevada, or from anywhere via Zoom. Let's explore your journey together. Book your session today at expandinghearttarot.com.
Welcome to The Art Box, your podcast dedicated to exploring the vibrant art scene in Nevada and beyond. Join us as we embark on a journey through galleries, theaters, studios, public lands, and streetscapes, meeting the artists, curators, archaeologists, nature lovers, and cultural influencers who shape our creative community and our world. Whether you're looking for your next cultural adventure, seeking inspiration for your own artistic pursuits, or simply curious about the world of art, tune into The Art Box. Together, let's open up a world of creativity and imagination. Let's dive in.
Dreams, what if the night is about you and me? So lift your head up to the sky.
Senior Mesquite Pageant, yes.
Okay, 2025.
Five.
And since this is an art podcast, we're going to talk about the art of throwing a pageant.
Oh,
Okay?
cool.
And we have Becky Boyd, who is here. And Becky, you are the
Administrator.
and Bronzie Dabney, who is Miss Senior Mesquite
correct, right.
and Miss Senior Nevada.
They pronounce it Nevada Senior America, but it's confusing. We get it.
Okay, so you want to talk about
The pageant.
how this got started and
Oh.
the pageant?
I love the story of how the Miss Senior America pageant got started. A gentleman named Al was learning to be a preacher. And so for him to graduate from the school, he had to do community service. And he chose to do a suicide hotline. And he found, working there after 6 months or so, that a lot of his callers were older, over 60 women who thought their lives were over and wanted to commit suicide.
Really?
So he decided to come up with the idea of this pageant to celebrate the elegance of age. Came up with the talent and the philosophy of life. I went to a pageant many years ago and just thought it was so fabulous to see all these over 60 women out there showing their talent and telling their stories to our community. When they were going to disband ours because we hadn't had one since 2019, I went, oh, no. We can't do
Well,
that.
it had stopped because of COVID.
Of COVID. And then one of the co-chairpersons moved out of state, and the other person had some elderly problems that were causing her not to be able to function as the chairperson, and nobody else wanted to take it over.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, we can't end this. It's just
Well, that's a
too-"
really good thing because that's a common thing in this town.
Yes.
So
Yes.
getting volunteers. And it's so heartening to see Miss Senior Mesquite Pageant staffed up and just thriving now.
Yes. And I was so lucky to find such great people in the community who wanted to help, who also did not want to see it go away. So we had our first pageant last year, since 2019, 2024, with 6 beautiful women. Coolest thing about putting on the pageant, having never been in one myself and always seeing them, it was quite the struggle for me. I'd never written a script either. I had to have a script. I had, and a lot of the information from years past had been thrown away.
Oh,
Yike. A lot of the people who helped me,
that could be a blessing too.
that's true, because we could do our own thing. We
Yes.
didn't have to follow in the footsteps of the previous pageants. Luckily, I had lots of help of people who had either been in it or directed it before to kind of guide me. It was fabulous. But the thing that was so cool was not only me learning, like all the backstage, how much work those backstage people and the stage managers have to do is just mind-boggling. And then to have somebody back there herding the cats to make sure they get on stage at the right time was really fun.
And then you've got lights and music and
The sound,
just to add more.
the videographer, you've got to let them know where the spotlight he needs to put his camera to catch the spotlight. And yeah, it's a lot that come together. But these ladies last year, they put their heart and souls into it. And that's what was so awesome. I could see how, I remembered his name, Almont. That's how I could see Almont felt, was watching these ladies come into the first workshop we had last year. And they're quiet, and they're sitting in
Bronzie
the corner.
wasn't quiet and timid, was
Oh,
she?
yes, she was.
What?
Yes.
I don't even believe that.
Yes.
Yes. And it's like, and it's so funny because every single woman I ever approached to be in the pageant went, oh, I don't have a talent. And Bronzie said the same thing. And we have this wonderful gentleman, Larry Lemieux, who is so good at finding talent. He just sits down with the ladies and talks to them and goes, oh, that would be a great talent. And so he sat down with each of the ladies last year and found out Bronzie was a classic pianist. Went, what do you mean you don't have any talent?
I never seen in public.
But-
Did you bring a piano? I'm sorry, I didn't go to the pageant last year. Did you bring a piano there?
The theater provided the instruments
Okay.
and everything. So, yeah.
So Bronzie, don't cut yourself short, she donated this beautiful white baby grand piano shell that she was able to put her keyboard in, so it looked like
Oh.
it's gorgeous. And she donated it back to the theater after the pageant. So bravo, Bronzie. It was really interesting because every single lady said, I don't have a talent. And every single lady's talent was fabulous. We had one lady who, oh my gosh, she was mesmerizing when she gave her monologue. I mean, you could hear a pin drop in the theater because she was so good at speaking. And then we had another lady who, I don't have any talent. And she looked like Vicki Lawrence from Mama.
Okay.
And she was a big fan of Mama's. So she did a Mama comedy routine, and she brought down the house. And so it was so interesting to see these ladies who sat in the corner and barely spoke. All of a sudden, as Bronzie put it, from caterpillars became these beautiful butterflies.
Yes.
And the neat thing is our community has really gained from all these wonderful ladies coming out of their shell and getting their self-confidence back, and that they have self-worth. And now Bronzie plays all over town and plays at the care centers. Jo Ellen Hack, who was our comedy person who did the Mama routine, she goes all over town and she and performs it, and still people are just laughing and rolling in the aisles. Karen Alvier has learned sign, so she signed at the end of her performance. So she goes all over and helps with signing for the deaf and volunteering at the vet. So not only is this pageant wonderful for the ladies to gain their self-confidence and come out of their shells, but it helps our community gain all these wonderful people who volunteer and help our community to be better.
And I see Bronzie all over. If there's an event, Bronzie's there.
Yes. So the pageant this year is needed a bigger venue because our beautiful theater only holds 197 people.
Oh, you're not in the theater?
We are going to have it at the Virgin Valley High School, which seats 400. So we're hoping everybody comes and sells out those tickets so that the pageant continues.
And when is it? April
19th at 4 p.m.
Okay.
And tickets will go on sale probably the end of this week.
Okay. And they can get the tickets where?
So from any of the contestants that are wearing the Miss Senior Contestant banners, and we will have them at some of the shops like Stevens, and we'll be going over to Juniper Outpost later today. So
Okay.
just
So all the fine places.
all the fine places that you visit, look for
Okay.
Miss Senior Mesquite pageant tickets.
Okay, good. Bronzie, you want to tell us about last year?
Oh, sure. So the pageant from last year?
Pageant from last year.
Okay, so I like to say, be careful what you wish for or what you hope for, because in 2018 at the Mesquite Rec Center, they had a wellness fair, and all of the former Miss Senior Mesquite queens were walking around with their sashes and their crowns, and even though they were casually dressed, but they still looked so elegant and so ladylike, and I thought, wow, look at all these beautiful queens. I would love to wear a crown like that one day. That was in 2019. Fast forward 2024, Becky Boyd, our administrator, saw me at the library and she said, you know, we're bringing the pageant back this year. You should consider being in the pageant. I said, oh, me? No. I said, besides, I don't have a talent. And the reason why I said that.
Oh, never heard that before.
I know.
Never heard that before.
And so, although I play classical piano, but I only play for my own pleasure, I never really played classical music in public. So I didn't consider it a talent. It was just something I did at home. So anyway, Becky was like, oh, but we have Larry Lemieux and he'll help you. And Larry really did, because he encouraged me to do a medley, like a slow, elegant classical song and then something fun and fast. And so we put it in the middle, and he said, and then look at the audience and wink before you go into your second one. And I got so many positive responses from that. I never would have thought to put classical together that way. So, yeah, so I've learned so much, and it's so much fun watching the ladies, the contestants this year.
Well, this year, you have no pressure this year?
Yes, I still do. I still feel like I do, because I still have to be a good role model for the incoming for the incoming pageant representatives, and which is something else that Becky did with change. We don't say Queen's Court. We say representatives, because everyone can contribute to the pageant. Yeah. And instead of, putting us in a little box, we all contribute. So I really like that. And we've grown, and I was, I guess I was a test. I was.
Well, you were a test after 5 years.
Yes. And so we went to Atlantic City.
Oh, that's right. You did
that was a thrill. Yes. Mm-hmm. To be on the national stage. And of course, when you win, the pageant sponsors the queen to go on the trip. And it was wonderful. I wouldn't change that. And so when we got to Atlantic City, once again, I'm like a deer caught in headlights. But to see all the other queens from the different states, and we were all required to wear our sashes and crowns. They said, whenever you leave your hotel room, always wear your crown and sash. So we got to know the different queens from the different states. It was just a lot of fun. It was a great experience. It was an honor. It was a privilege and an honor. So when I got back and they said, well, did you win? I said, well, we all came as winners because we were winners. But no one ever loses. You either win or you learn. So no loss.
So how's your year been? Have you been busy here? Because like I say, everywhere I go, you're there. So that means when I don't go, you're probably still there.
Yes. Well, Becky keeps a calendar.
Oh, and then Becky keeps a calendar.
She does. And wherever she tells me to go, I show up. She just told me where to go, what time, what the attire might be. And I just show up.
Well, we want to keep the pageant in the community's eye. So luckily, we have some fun community things that the pageant, not only the queen, but all of our representatives participate in. So you always get cars for all of the parades. You always get to see all of our beautiful ladies all year long. We go on trips, which I like the idea of keeping all, because you become a family after doing the pageant. I mean, you spend 4-6 months together with these same ladies every week, helping each other with your talent, or we help each other with our philosophy of life or bios. And soon we'll be doing, the ladies have to do an interview with the judges. So we do mock interviews so they know what's expected in the interview. I mean, we go through all of those things, what the criteria is for the evening gowns, what the criteria is for the philosophy of life, the talent. On the interview is 30% of their score, which is 100, and the talent's the other 30. So those two are important, but evening gown and philosophy are each 20. So it's not just about beauty, because you could be beautiful but then not do well on the talent, or even screw up the interview and you could still lose. So that's why I love that Almont wanted a well-rounded woman. It's all about, I mean, these ladies have so much wisdom and knowledge to give to our community and to us, share with us as a group. So it's really fun to see how they blossom. And
Addie, you're down under research assistant, breaking in with detail on the Miss Senior America pageant founder Almart. The Miss Senior America pageant was founded in 1972 by Almart. His vision was to create a pageant that celebrated the wisdom, talent, and achievements of women aged 60 and older, recognizing their contributions to family, community, and society. Almart believed in honoring the age of elegance, where senior women could showcase their vitality, grace, and life experiences, proving that beauty and talent are timeless. The pageant continues to be a national event, promoting the idea that seniors are valuable, active, and inspiring members of their communities. Thank you, Becky, for allowing me to be part of this great discussion today with 6 beautiful women. Addie, over and out.
Bronzie, thank you for telling us about last year.
Okay.
And I've certainly enjoyed seeing
Yes.
you around town.
Thank you.
yeah, that going back to Atlantic City was really a fun experience, not only because we got to play with Bronzie sometimes when she wasn't busy. I learned a lot from the other administrators.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Of
How many states were there?
47.
47, huh?
Yep. So it was really fun, and they have a lot of activities. Even though we couldn't go backstage and help Bronzie, which I thought we were gonna, we still had lots of activities with the other directors that we could talk and kind of exchange ideas, find out how they do it, tell them how we do it. And here in Nevada, Pahrump, Nevada has a pageant every year, but they never wanted to go further than just their pageant, and then that's it. But the new director there wants to get together, and maybe next year we'll actually have a Nevada pageant again. And all of us took a little trip to Pahrump to watch their pageant, which isn't till, I think, June or July, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And that was really fun for all of us, Bronzie and all the other representatives, to take a little day trip and spend some time again together. It was fun. So I look forward to doing that with our new gals as well as our old joining in.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's nothing up north in the state.
I know. There used to be a pageant. I mean, there used to, when they had the Nevada pageant, which it actually ended in like 2017, the people who were running it retired and nobody else wanted to take it over. So it just kind of ended.
Yeah,
But
I imagine sometime that'll pick up.
I hope so. That was
That's where there's a lot of art arena.
Yes, that was Bronzie's platform, was that she wanted to travel around the state and encourage these other cities to have a pageant again. And Reno was one of them. Reno had a pageant. Tonopah had a pageant. And of course, Vegas had Henderson contestant and a Summerlin. So it would be nice to see that again. I thought I would just introduce, we've got with us Irene Johnson.
Hello.
Marie Alvey.
Hi.
Angela Lockwood.
Hello.
And Deborah Lancman.
What inspired you to enter the Miss Senior Mesquite pageant?
I take water aerobics at the Sun City Recreation Center with Ann Murphy, who was the queen
For 2019.
for about 4 years during COVID, 5 years.
Yes.
During COVID. And when I started taking her class, she told me about the pageant and she suggested it.
Well, I work at the assisted living, and I do the activities with the residents.
And thank you for working there.
Oh, you're welcome. I just love it. my platform, I would like to be able to visit all the assisted living here and then just get them involved with the activities because it's really good for them, their mind and just to keep their bodies moving. And then they love that. Well, we have a lot of veterans in there too. So that's good. And then you can talk to them about what it was like in their time. And they love talking about that.
They probably didn't when they were younger and had kids.
Well,
My dad would never tell me anything.
Oh,
He was hush-hush.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he just didn't want to talk about it. But it's good that you've got them to the time that they will talk about it.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Thanks for doing that, Angela.
Oh,
Yes.
you're welcome. I love it.
Well, I'm Marie Alvey, and I kind of got tricked into coming to the
You look
pageant.
pretty happy to be looking tricked.
But I really enjoyed it, and I think it's really important that we are very, aggressive in the community, that we can volunteer. I've always been a huge volunteer. I love volunteering, and I've only been here 7 months, but I absolutely love Mesquite, and everybody here is just amazing. And I really want to be able to help. They have a group here, the cancer survivors or something like that. And I'm going on a walk this Saturday for them, and I really want to be involved with that because the percentage of people now that is getting cancer is just unbelievable. So I want to be able to make a difference and help with that piece of it. And then I love the aging too. I think it's really important that we help them realize that age is just a number and you have to always have goals and you have to always progress. It's really, really important.
So can we tell your story about how you got tricked into the pageant? It was so cute because I saw this darling couple outside our workshop and we had just barely started. And so I opened the door and I said, "Are you looking for the Miss Senior Mesquite pageant workshop?" And she goes, "What?" And he goes, "It's okay. Just come on in." And I said, "Yeah, come on in and listen to what we're going to do." And she goes, "What are you doing to me? Where are you taking me? Where have you taken me?" And I said, "Just come in and listen." And I said, "I think you'll really like it." And he kept encouraging her to come in. And she, "What have you done? You told me we were going somewhere." And he said, "Yeah, here."
And she was in her pajamas.
Yes.
Right?
I had a coat on, luckily. But yeah, I had no idea where we were going, so it was quite a shock. But everybody was so nice and so welcoming and talked me into it. And I love challenges, so it's been tons of fun.
So she sat back by Karen Alvier and Joelle and talked to her and her husband, and she realized, I think, that we're fun. So I keep telling the girls, if it's not fun, we won't do it. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because we want it to be fun. So that, in fact, 2 of our contestants last year, it was their second time coming back from 2019. So it is fun. So I'll be quiet and let Irene tell why she got
Hi, my name is Irene Johnson, and I pretty much followed Bronzie around all last year and kind of promoted her. And then she invited me to this little meet and greet that at the time I still had a broken leg, was in a cast, and I thought I was going to a meet and greet for Bronzie. And I had somebody drive me, and we got there, and he said, "Where's the wine?" I said, "I don't know, where's the hors d'oeuvres?" I had no idea why I was there. I thought I was there because she was promoting herself.
Were you supposed to bring the wine in or
Maybe I was supposed to, but I don't even think we got water the first night. Did we? But we thought we were going to something, for her, a meet and greet with our current Miss Senior Mesquite. I was signing the dotted line next I knew.
She was in the pageant.
It's fun.
Okay, you want to do a lightning round
Sure.
with real quick answers? If you could go back and give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Go to college in New York City.
Follow your dreams.
Never turn down a challenge.
Always be up for it.
put yourself outside of the box and try something new.
There's nothing to fear but fear itself.
There you go, Rob. If you could have dinner with any historical or inspirational figure, who would it be and why?
Queen Elizabeth I, because she was so incredible and amazing and smart, and she ran the country well.
Donald Trump, because he's fearless.
Ronald Reagan, because he was the best.
Yes.
Frank Sinatra, because he was a friend of my father's.
That's a good one. All of them are good.
Wow, that's a hard one. I always was fascinated by Cleopatra.
What was the question again?
Can I do mine? Mine would be, has anybody ever heard of Barbara Jordan?
Yes.
Barbara Jordan was a congresswoman.
Congresswoman.
I became friends with her, and I worked there in '76, and she was an amazing, just a beautiful, nice person. If you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
Honest, organized, dependable.
Dependable, compassionate.
Resilient, responsible, and strategic.
Strategic.
That's some serious stuff. I'd say I'm peppy, I'm happy, and I'm God-fearing.
Wow.
Very nice.
Good ones.
Becky?
So I would have to say energetic,
Yes.
loving.
You, energetic?
Not really. I was hoping you wouldn't notice. And always happy.
And I would say fun, friendly, and loyal.
Here you go.
How about you, Steve?
Yes.
Oh, I can't. I'm asking the questions.
But we're asking the question.
Loyal, happy, and can't say no. I guess can't say no is 3 words, so maybe that's it. Can't say no. All right, we'll go around this way, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do next. But what's your go-to song when you need a boost of energy or joy? I helped you this time.
The first song that comes to mind is Smile by Charlie Chaplin. He wrote the lyrics.
Energy. Something like to jump to. You know, I always, when we've had events, ask the band to play a twist song. So I'm going to have to say, like, Twist and Shout.
Okay.
Living on a Prayer by Journey.
The first thing that comes to my mind is
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi.
Born to Be Wild.
Yeah.
That's a really
That fits.
upbeat song tune, and it's just, woo.
She's a Harley rider. Good one.
YMCA.
Oh, I love that.
I love YMCA.
Anything Tina Turner.
Anything Tina Turner?
Oh, good one.
Okay. I'm glad you got to think on that a little
Yeah.
bit. Tell me what your talents are.
I'm doing a live animal red carpet show, a dog fashion show.
Oh, okay. With real dogs?
Yes, with
Okay.
real dogs.
And I'm doing a quilt demonstration of the quilts I made since 1976 to now.
Okay. To Born to Be Wild?
Yeah, yeah, my last one is.
Mine's going to be a letter to my mother in heaven.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm going to sing
Okay. What are you going to say?
Nessun Dorma.
Okay, I don't think that's a Tina Turner song. Is that opera?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. What else y'all want to talk about?
Well, you know what? Jean Watkins. She's the one who brought this pageant to Mesquite. And I think that's a great story. So Jean had just barely started living here in Mesquite, and they were like snowbirds, her husband and her. And she decided to take tap lessons from the mosquitoes. During the summer, a lot of us are snowbirds, so a lot of our population goes away. So Jean was asked to answer the phones while all the snowbirds were gone, including the tap dance teacher. So Jean answered the phone, and they wanted someone from the Mosquitoes tap team to come to the Nevada pageant in Las Vegas. Jean couldn't find anybody who wanted to go. And she said, well, this is such a great opportunity. I can't let our Mosquitoes not have somebody represented there. So she went. And unbeknownst to her, she was actually in the pageant.
Oh,
So she actually had to find I think she said she went to one of those consignment stores, gently used, and she found some evening gowns. Well, she didn't know anyone. And a lot of these pageants, you find that the same ladies do it every year until they win. Or, yeah. So it kind of, a lot of the ladies knew each other, and so Jean felt like a real outsider. When it came to Miss Congeniality, and I have always thought, if I was ever in a pageant, that's the title I want, Miss Congeniality, because that's voted on by your other contestants, the people you're there with all the time. And I thought, that is such a great honor that all the ladies liked me. Jean not knowing anyone, and, the ladies would, I'm going to vote for you, you vote for me. And so she thought, she had no chance anyway, and she won. And so she said, driving back from Vegas with this sash, knowing that she went there, stepped outside of her comfort zone, and she brought home the title of Miss Congeniality for the Nevada pageant. And she said she just felt this euphoria. After Jean told me that story, I went, that's what I want every one of these ladies to feel. Whether they're the winner or second runner-up or Miss Congeniality, is that they have that euphoria that, look at what I did. Every one of them are winners because they've stepped outside their comfort zone and brought their talent and their philosophy of life to our community, and now they'll know the community and be out there. Like all the past contestants last year are all out in our community helping. So I think that's such a great thing that Jean Watkins brought to our community.
and it's a cornerstone of the community. And it was sad when it took a break.
Yep.
Yes.
So, but there was a lot of things that took a break.
Yes.
And it just took a little time to get things.
And it's kind of sad. You see some of these groups here in town that, like we said earlier, have gone away because you can't find volunteers. So it's nice to have all these new ladies coming up to volunteer in the community.
Yes, it is.
Ladies, is there something that you would like to tell the listeners about your experience with the pageant?
Let's see. So far, it's definitely challenging.
And you haven't even hit the stage yet.
I know. That part,
But that's probably going to be the easy part.
No,
Maybe the
that's
scary
the
part.
scary part, I think.
Scary.
So far, you really have to stay focused. I have numerous other things going on in town and a lot of volunteering, and I'm trying to fit all of this in and make it work. It'll be one of my biggest challenges, especially after retirement. I'll master it.
She's doing a great job.
Thank you.
Tell me the question one more time. I was listening.
It was
to her and I
Becky's
just
question.
totally
I just said, what would you like to tell the listeners about maybe your experience so far?
Okay. Got it. Well, I've only been here for 7 months, and it's been so busy. I haven't had a moment to do the things that I'm really passionate about. And I've just met the best people and just encouraging. And I was telling somebody the other day, one of my friends in Vegas, I said, it's so nice when you go to Walmart, everybody says, hello, please, excuse me. And I'm so not used to that. But it took me back to where I was born, and it was like that. And it's just such a refreshing thing to do because you can tell it's a very caring community. And being a part of this pageant has just been huge because everybody, all the acquaintances and friends and everybody I've met's just been amazing.
And it's nice. Well, it's not nice, but it's okay that you didn't wear your pajamas today.
Yes, I think so.
You could have, and we wouldn't have noticed. But we might have
Everybody
noticed.
does it nowadays anyway, right?
When they go to Walmart.
Or get on an airplane.
Mine would have to be meeting people, meeting everyone, and then not just here with the ladies, but outside, and just having fun. I took it really serious, and because I'm very competitive, I said, "Yeah, I'm going to win. And then I said, "Okay, I can't look at it like that because if I don't win, we're all winners, like you said."
You've already won.
Yes. So, and I just love everyone.
Yeah.
I've been here 8 months. This is one of the highlights of being here. It's challenging, and everybody is supportive and kind and happy, and everybody has been helpful, and I look forward to getting together with the other people. It's one of the highlights of my week, along with volunteering at the Mesquite Animal Shelter.
And Deborah sang at the chamber breakfast, gave us a sample of her talent. So it's beautiful.
Have you been singing for a long time?
I haven't sung in 25 years.
That
So
was-
for me, it's
Yeah.
challenging to get back into it.
Where did everybody move from? You've only been here 8 months?
I moved here from San Diego, but I'm a New Yorker.
Oh, no. Now that
I was here about 5.5 years ago, left, went to Arizona and then to Texas within 2 years, and I realized that Mesquite is where our home is at.
Oh, bravo.
I moved here from Las Vegas, but my hometown was Bryce Canyon National Park and a little place called Cannonville.
Oh, I've been to Cannonville.
Isn't it beautiful?
We moved here from Southern California, and it's been almost 6 years. And I was born in New York, but grew up in California.
Born and raised in Utah, except for about 8 years I spent in L.A. My husband and I used to be snowbirds coming back and forth from here and just fell in love with it and can't leave.
Where was it in Utah, Becky?
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. Yeah. My husband and I, though, we snowbird between here and Heber,
Oh, okay.
just outside of Park City.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, the sound of Motown. Where Detroit, I was raised when Detroit was a world-class city. People came to work at Ford, GM, and Chrysler. So I had a really wonderful childhood growing up in Detroit, yes.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, Steve, for
And-
having us.
Yes, and I can hardly wait to see it.
This was nice.
And you better come this year. I'll even give you VIP tickets.
Yeah, I was somewhere last year,
I know.
so I don't know where
Yeah,
I was.
everyone remember April 19th at the high school.
Yeah, that's right. April 19th at high
Now
school.
everybody's asking me about tickets because
We'll have them the end of this week.
okay,
You're at the
And how
printer.
much are they?
Pardon?
$25.
Oh, they're $25.
$25. And what a bargain for the entertainment you're going to have.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, the high school, I hate, I love our theater and everything, but boy, the cowboy poetries
That was lovely.
did two really good. I guess I went to the last one. I guess both filled up pretty good.
It did. It did. It was so nice to see because I love that cowboy poetry and to see them in that bigger venue. It was so nice that more people could come because I know that showgirls, we always work the cowboy poets in the
The showgirls work everything.
That's true. The
It's
foyer.
not an event.
And it was like people would come and go to buy tickets and it was sold out. So it's so nice that we have that bigger venue to use.
And Brad Bailiff says it's not an event if the showgirls aren't there.
That's true.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right. The showgirls in Bronzie.
Yes.
So we're going to be selling the tickets each.
Well, I'll be selling tickets. So look for the beautiful ladies with their sashes that say 2025 contestant on it,
And we'll have the tickets.
and they'll have tickets. Some of your local merchants will have them also.
Well, thank you.
You.
Broadcasting from the Mesquite Works Steam Center in the scenic Mojave Desert, the Art Box sponsors thank you for listening. You can find us on Spotify, Samsung, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, and Amazon Music. Please subscribe so you don't miss an episode. We are on Facebook and Instagram as The Art Box. We welcome all comments. You can email us at artboxvv@gmail.com. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of its hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of our sponsors.